Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Console Gaffer. Celtic save here, going for 10 in a row this season. Just a quick update of where we've been from the last episode. So yes, last episode was here, we played Rangers and we beat them 4-1 in the league. Very comfortable, and we won it pretty comfortably. So next again game, we then played Newcastle United in the Champions League, which they eased us out by 2-0. Anthony Gordon getting the first, and Waltemad with the second to make it 2-0 in the first Champions League group stage game. After that, we played Dundee United away, and it was comfortable. Gannon Doak and Emmanuel Amenga with the goals to give us a 2-0 victory. We then played PSG at home at Celtic Park, and it was a second half. We done the business. Amenga with a double, and David Fratesi with a goal in the 76th minute to seal the win in front of 73,624 Celtic fans. After that, we played Queen's Park in the Premier Sports Cup, which we made a few changes for that match, but we still managed to do the business by 4-2. It was a very tight game, really. We went a goal down for a long period of the game, but we managed to win the game by 4-2. So we'll move on. Then we played Hearts, and it was another fantastic home performance, a 5-1 victory. Again, Amenga with a double, Fratesi again banging in the goals, Ben Gannon Doak doing the business, and Josh Doig as well. We then went away to Fir Park and another 4-1 victory. Lily Sit, Gannon Doak, an own goal, and Massima with the goals. Then we played Falkirk at home in one of the best games that we've played this season, domestically anyway, 7-0. Jory Cardoso with a double, Hugo Larsson, Emmanuel Amenga, Doig, Fratesi and Liam Delap in the 93rd minute, making it 7. Then we played Lega in the next Champions League game and we won easily by 5-1. Amenga with a fantastic hat-trick, Cardoso getting the penalty in there, and Lely Sit with a good finish as well to complete the rout. Then we played Kilmarnock. We made again a couple of changes, brought in Ethan Mbappe, Luis Guilherme, who then got injured as well, which is a bit disappointing, but we made a couple of changes in the match and we sneaked a 1-0 win, an early goal for Amenga, and that seen us through. We then played Hibs, and again we're just banging in the goals. If you look domestically, we're scoring all over the place, 5s, 7s, 4s, really banging in the goals, the hoops. Menga, Gannon Doak again, João Simoes, who looks to be a fantastic signing for us, and we'll show you some stats later on of him. Then it was Premier Sports Cup semi-final time, which after extra time, we won. We scored in the 106th minute of the match to win 2-1. We didn't really play too great. Hugo Larsson scored, we just couldn't get the second goal. Hibs equalised in the 86th minute and pushed it to extra time. But we do what all good teams do, we find a way to win. After that, we went away from home to Club Bruges in the Champions League, and it was a 1-1 draw. So it's been 2 wins, a defeat and a draw for the first few games in the Champions League. We then played Dundee at home, and it was another comfortable 3-0 victory. Ethan Mbappe scoring a double from Lely Sit, who had a fantastic season up to this point. Back-to-back home games, we played St Mirren, and it was another 5 goals for us. Amenga with another hat-trick. Young lad from the system, John Kerr, and a Liam Delap penalty. But 5-2 was the result. We then played Liverpool at home in the Champions League, and it was a 3-3 draw. Florian Wirtz got a hat-trick, Amenga scored, and David Fratesi scored a double as well. As you can see, we were 3-1 down, but the second half we fought back pretty well. So we'll take the point in that match. Then domestically, we dropped some points against Ross County away. Amenga again with a double. But we just couldn't win the game as Ross County went down to 10 men in the 93rd minute. We then played Aberdeen at home and it was a 3-0 victory against Aberdeen. Davide Fratesi again banging in the goals for us from midfield. What a signing he's been. And Jonathan Norby, which we gave a new contract to last summer with the feeling that he was going to come in and really stake his place this season, and he's done pretty well. Good rating of 8.10. We then went to Old Trafford in the UEFA Champions League group stage, and what a victory. A 2-1 victory. And our old teammate Gavi scoring an own goal. He must have forgotten that he had moved to Manchester United as we managed to get the victory and win by 2-1. A great victory against Manchester United on the Tuesday. And then we followed that up with a 3-1 victory in the Premier Sports Cup final. Lelisit, Fratesi and Samoes gave us comfortable, but it was a 91st minute goal from Chermiti to bring it a wee bit of respect back on the scoreline. But as you can see, total domination, 60% possession, 23 shots, 10 on target, and XG of 2.09. Ganondorf with the ball into the box, it's headed away, comes to Lelisit at the edge of the box. It took a slight deflection on the way in, but we don't care. That was 1-0 in the League Cup final. Inside to Fratesi, good ball to Gannon Doak. Back to Fratesi, and the beautiful finish into the top corner of the net for 2-0 from the Italian. Then it was 3, LaRue to Jeremy, driving in the penalty area, headed away by Edwards. Aluko picks it back up, inside to Young Bain. Back to Ethan Mbappe. Good 1-2 between him and Le Marechal. Cuts it back, and Samoes tucks it into the back of the net for 3-1 to the Hoops. And then late on in the match, a ball into the box from the corner, flicked on by Chermiti and tucked away into the back of the net, and that was 3-1. So after the Premier Sports Cup final, where we won 3-1, we then played Rangers again a few days later at Ibrox, and we sneaked a 1-0 victory. Played alright, to be fair, but 1-0 was enough on the night to give us the victory. We then went away to Dundee United. Went home to Dundee United and another 2-0 win. Manuel Omega scoring again and Cardozo with a penalty. The busy December continued as we went away to Hearts and Ryan Cherky, back from injury, putting the ball into the back of the net to give us a 1-0 victory there. And then we rounded December off on the 29th of December 2030 with a fantastic 4-0 victory against Motherwell. Cardoso, Lelisit, Cherky and Doig with the goals. January then started off with a bang, a 4-0 victory away to Falkirk with Amenga scoring a double. 5-0 victory at home to Kilmarnock again. Mbappe, Buonanotte, Amenga, Ganondorf and Liam Delap. As you can see, what a squad we've developed over these last few years. And we continued the clean sheets as we played Hibs as well. Another 2-0 victory, Cardoso and Doig with the goals. And then we went and played Dundee away, and it was a 4-1 victory this time. Amenga again at the double, Fratesi scoring and Delap adding in stoppage time. Followed that up with a 2-0 home victory in the Scottish Cup 4th round against Livingston. Don't know why Livingston is not showing. There we are there. Ethan Mbappe again, who's starting to get more game time and starting to get some more goals and assists in about him. And then Fratesi in the 69th minute with a penalty. Then we played AZ Alkmaar at home in the Champions League phase, which we won 2-0. Emmanuel Amenga again scoring a double. Lethal he's been since coming back to the club. After that, we made a few changes again, and we drew 2-2 with St Mirren. Norby and Cherky with the goals. And then we rounded the Champions League group phase off with a fantastic 5-0 victory against Atletico Bilbao. Amenga again scoring twice, and Liam Delap scoring twice with Fratesi in between. So the group stage looks like this. So after 8 games, we finished 7th, won 5, drawn 2, and lost just the 1 to Newcastle, scoring 21 goals in that time period. So then we go on to February, and domestically again, we just keep on steamrolling teams. 4-0 again, Fratesi, double for Cardozo, and a Liam Delap goal in the 81st minute. After that, it was another 3-1 win in the Scottish Cup against Dundee. Mbappe Endrick, who we signed in January, by the way, for some decent enough money. But we'll get into the signings shortly. Just want to give you an update on the scoring. And then we played Aberdeen, and we beat Aberdeen by 2-1. Fratesi and Endrick again in the 26th minute. We then played at home to Rangers in the league, and it was quite a difficult game for us. We went 2-0 up and cruising, and then Rangers came roaring back in the second half and went 3-2 up on us. But Endrick came off the bench and scored in the 84th minute to give us a 3-3 draw. So Cherky into the box, and Big Amenga, a fantastic header in the pouring rain at Celtic Park. And that was 1-0, even though VAR checked for an offside, which there was never an offside there. And Doig, Celtic playing some good football. Gannon Doak driving to the byline, delivers it into the box. Aluko picks the ball up, gives it to Larsson. Fratesi flicked it to Amenga, and that was a fantastic finish for 2-0. And at that point in time, you just thought, how many goals were we going to score? But second half came around, Rangers regrouped, and Cortez with an absolute wonder goal soon after the restart to bring them back in the match, and that was 2-1. Then from our corner, where the goalkeeper collected pretty comfortably, goalkeeper Griffiths launched it far. Norby won it, came to Barron, pings it over the top to Egeli. Came to Berami, Egeli, and it was a goal by Grigic to make it 2-2. And at that point, Rangers were the better team and in the ascendancy. And Stankovic gets the ball in midfield. Kramer, corner Barron again. To Dejan Sterling, Lawson to Barron. Grigic, back to Lawson. And he tucks the ball into the back of the net against the young goalkeeper Phillips, as we had injuries to our main goalkeeper and our backup goalkeeper. So we had to go with the young lad in there. And that was 3-2. But we made a couple of changes in the match to try and get back in it, Endrick being one of them. So Badialuko picks the ball up from deep. Lelisit gives it to Amenga. Amenga to Lelisit. He plays the ball over the top to Amenga as we went with 2 up front. Menga clips the ball in, Sterling headed it away, back in by Fratesi, and Endrick stooping low with a little header to give us a way back in the game to make it 3-3. And that was that. Finished 3-3. So after that, we then played Dundee United away and we won by a goal to nil. Lelysit in the 63rd minute done the business for us. And then we were drawn in the last 16 of the Champions League against Bayern Munich. And as you can see, they were too much for us on the night. A double, a 2-0 win. Jan Diomande and Musiala giving them a 2-0 victory at the Allianz Arena. We followed that game up with a 3-0 comfortable Scottish Cup quarter-final win against Ross County, and then we played Bayern Munich in the second leg, and it was a 2-2 draw. Cherki and Samoas giving us scoring the goals for us, and Musiala again replying. So it was 4-2 on aggregate. Our Champions League journey ends. We're looking for 3 Champions Leagues in a row this season. We're just going to have to settle on 2. Bayern Munich were just too strong for us over the 2 legs. So after that, we've played Hearts and we won again by 5-1. And Emmanuel Amenga with a double, Lelysit, Gannon Doak and Ethan Mbappe, and Robbie Orr, who scored early doors to give Hearts the 1-0 lead, but we went into overdrive and beat them by 5-1 in a capacity Celtic Park. So yeah, beat Hearts 5-1, and that takes us to where we are at the moment. So before the split, we've still got Motherwell, Falkirk, Kilmarnock to play in a semi-final against Rangers. The Motherwell game that we're just here now, we had a chance to win the title if we beat Motherwell, and results went our way. As this is the league table as it stands currently. And as you can see, we've got a C next to us because we didn't even need to play Motherwell. If we go to the calendar, the champions boys complete a treble. So Celtic have retained the Premier League fantastically, and that is us got 10 titles in a row. 10 titles in a row for the Hoops. Absolutely brilliant for us. You can see us there. So this is 20, so that it's not added yet, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 30, 31 make 10. We have done it. We are now 10 in a row champions. What a team. This team has just taken on everybody in front of them, even in Europe, even against the world. This Celtic side have been excellent. So, clinched the title before we even played Motherwell. Like I say, we had a chance to clinch the title, but we've done it without even playing. Victorious treble as we won the Super Cup, the Premier League and the Premier Sports Cup. We have still got the Scottish Cup to play. We extend the record. We've now got 61 titles, which puts us 6 ahead of Rangers, which is really more than that, as we know. Lennon hails true Celtic legend. Cheers, Lenny. And we'll just quickly dive through that. So, squad-wise, let us just show you where we are with the squad. James Trafford's been injured back and forward. We brought in Naipan on loan from Manchester City as well to cover some midfield areas. So if we go to the recruitment just quickly and transfer window. So in January, we signed Endrick from Real Madrid for £64 million. Was not really playing too much with Real, to be fair. £64 million, I think is not a bad deal for a 24-year-old Brazilian international, and I'm sure he will improve for us. And we signed Sver Pan as well from Manchester City on loan. It's just a optional future fee of £25 million. I don't know if we're going to take that on. He's done okay for us since coming in. He's not played too many games so far. And going out in January, we sold Trilly to Olympiacos for £6.25 million. What a signing, to be fair, he has been for us for the year and a half for 900,000, and we've sold him for 6.25 million as a backup. So yeah, can't complain too much about Trilly either. So yeah, there we are in terms of the squad. Emmanuel Amenga, again, this season he's wanted by Al Nassr. Overall this season though, he has scored 28 goals in 28 Premier League, Willie Hill Premier League games. He scored 44 in 45 games. He's also got 9 assists. So he's been excellent for us, and he's still got a few league games to go as well. Ethan Mbappe has done pretty well for us this season. For a free transfer, 3 goals, 3 assists, 14 appearances, overall 5 and 4. Again, cannot complain with his output. Cherky again, excellent, 8 goals, 14 assists. Gannon Doak, 9 goals, 23 assists. Leliset, 10 goals, 16 assists. And like I keep saying, anytime you come into this Celtic save, Fratesi, what a signing, 31 years old. He's still doing the business for me. I wish I got him a few years earlier. He would have been an absolute legend. So far, first season, 31 games, 15 goals, 13 assists. Last season, 35 games, 15 goals, 12 assists. So far this season, 29 games, 12 goals, 7 assists. He's been excellent, and that's just in the league. 19 goals and 9 assists in all competition for David Fratesi. Also got Johnny Cardoso at double figures. Hugo Larsson, form's been good, 4 goals, 5 assists from the midfield area. Samoes, like to look at him. He is only 24 years old. He's going to be a real player for us. Really like him. Vision, I mean, the stats speak for themselves. Really happy with how he has been as well. So yeah, that is an update on where we are currently. What we will do is we will jump probably ahead now to probably the Scottish Cup final against Rangers, and then that will conclude the season, the 10 in a row season, and see if we can make it a quadruple, another domestic treble, add in the European Super Cup, and we should be laughing. So we'll see you soon, and we'll give you an update on the rest of the games, these 3 games, Motherwell, Falkirk, Kilmarnock, and the rest of the split games, followed by the Rangers Scottish Cup semi-final, and possibly final if we can beat them in the semi-final. Here we are. We're ready for the Scottish Cup semi-final at Hampden Park versus Rangers. But just before we play that, we beat Motherwell by 2 goals to 0. Emmanuel Amenga and Endrick getting the goals. We then played Falkirk, and it was another clean sheet and a 3-0 victory. Amenga yet again with a double, and Jonathan Norby scoring as well. We then went to Kilmarnock, and it was Cherky, Fratesi and Samoes in the 95th minute to give us a 3-1 victory, as Kilmarnock got one back in the 96th minute. So that takes us on nicely to the Scottish Cup semi-final, where we've already got League Cup and the league in the bag. But with those 3 league results, it takes us to, after 33 games, 30 wins, 3 draws. From last season as well, if we look at the league stage, we never lost a game last season. We played 38, we won 35 and drawn 3. So we could probably equal last season's points tally this season if we win the last 5 games of the season. So we're looking for back-to-back seasons undefeated in the league, and really since 26-27 where we lost 3 league games. 27-28 we lost once. 28-29 we lost once. Last season we lost no times, and currently we have not lost yet either in the league. 29 points behind us. It's incredible. We've only conceded 20 goals this season. Last season we only conceded 17, but we scored 110 this season so far. Last season we scored 117. This season so far we scored 110. So 107 this season. So there's every likelihood we're going to break the goal scoring record that we've set for ourselves. But yeah, anyway, let's get into the semi-final tactics. So we'll take it from there. But anyway, let's get back to the team. We're going to bring in Johnny Cardoso back in as he's back from his injury. Riyad is back fit again, so does he come on the bench? Or do we just leave? Yeah, I think we'll bring Riyad back on the bench. Kieran Tierney's there as well. Philip Samoas, LaRue, who have been playing at left back a lot of the time because he can play left back, to be fair, and he is doing okay at it. Bappy, Lelicet. See, that's the thing. Do you go with Lelicet or do you go with Cherky? I'm going to start with Lelicet in the team and go from there. So both in and out of possession. That is the team that we're going to go with. So let's go. Come on, Hoops. As the teams are out here at Hampden Park. Solid team. The 2-time European champions. Well, sorry, 3 times European champions Celtic now against Rangers. In this semi-final, as Sterling leads his team out. And we're underway. 2.5 gone. It's Doig and Doak combining. Cardoso, Garen Doak. Just being patient. Jonathan Norby with the ball now. Give the ball to Cardoso. Larson, lovely ball in. Amenga, goal. Absolutely stunning. Absolutely simple. You just can't defend against that type of movement in the pass. Great football. Simple. Matsima to Cardoso. Larson's in great space. Lovely turn and touch. And Amenga just curls the ball past Griffiths and goals. And it's a goal to 0 after 3 minutes. Nearly 18 minutes gone now. Matsima gives the ball to Lelicet. Norwegian comes inside, but Cortez wins the ball back well. Grigic now coming forward. To Sterling. The Rangers got an answer. Good defending. And Doak gives it back to Trafford, who launches it forward. Lelicet flicks it on, and Amenga touches it. He's through. It's 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. And he was not going to miss. He is so deadly. And that is 2-0. Doak back to the goalkeeper. From defence to attack in 3 touches of the ball. And Amenga's through. Kramer can't get near him. And Amenga takes his time, takes it on the trusty left foot, and just dinks it beyond the goalkeeper. 2-0. 21 gone now. Trafford to Norby. Ball out wide to Gannon Doak. Switches the ball across to Buddy Aluko. Keeps it going to Lelisip. Back to Aluko. Inside to Cardoso. Larsson. Fratesi. Oh, it's a lovely ball through again. Amenga could be in for the hat-trick. Absolutely devastating by the Dutchman. And that is 3-0. Again, simple but brilliant link-up play between the midfield three. And this time it's Fratesi threading the ball through. Great first touch by Amenga to set himself. And another world-class finish. It's 3-0. And surely this game is done. Matsima headers the ball away. Lelisip was waiting for it there. Bajrami with the ball. Dinks it to the back post. Norby. Great defending by the big Norwegian. And Gannon Doak looking for Amenga. Hungry for more goals. The big Dutchman, he's beating his man easy. Gets to the byline. Delivers. Lelisip. Back it goes. Larsson. Hugo Larsson. It's 4. Absolutely devastating again from Celtic. And the fans are starting to sing, piling on the agony, putting on the style, as Celtic make it 4. Lelisip tucks it back, and Larsson on the volley. Brilliant goal all round. It's 4-0. And incredibly, that is half-time here at Hampden Park. And the ex-Motherwell manager is now the Rangers manager. Jens Betelascu has been absolutely schooled in this first half. 61% possession for us, 11 shots, 9 on target. They've had 39% possession, no shots, nothing on target. They have been absolutely taken to pieces in this game, this first half. A 22-minute hat-trick from Amenga. And then Hugo Larsson in the 39th minute. It's been a demolition in this first half. Going to go pleased with that. Do we change anything? Barry Luco's not having the best of games in the world. No, we're alright. We'll just leave it. We'll just go for the second half. As we're underway here. The second half of the Scottish Cup semi-final at Hampden Park. Looking for the switch. Bajrami has it. He has a goal! And Trafford saves it. Well, 62 minutes gone now. I think we're going to make a wee change here or there. I think we'll bring Samoes on for Johnny Cardoso. Sherky will come on for Gannon Doak. Probably just switch the two. So just switch the two, yep. And let's bring on Guilherme for Aluko. Give him a little bit of a refresh and go from there. Guilherme now has the ball. Celtic gives the ball to Sherky. Not the best of bits of skill there, just gives it straight back. Inside to Bajrami. Rathkin. Looking for Lawson. And Rangers be looking for to get some kind of consolation in this game. Matsima headers it away. Back to Raskin. Sterling again. Clips the ball over the top. Keeper comes and takes that easily. And there's going to be another change. Endrick for Amenga. And I think we will also just bring on Mbappe for Lelicet and switch the two again. Make use of the substitutes. So, 79th minute now, it's still 4-0 Celtic. Doig with the ball. It's the ball to Cherky. Gives the ball to Doig. Inside to Samoes. Clip the ball out wide to Ethan Mbappe. To Larson. Of the ball through. Hendrickson! But it's a poor shot. And there it is, full time here at Hampden Park. A first 45 minutes of absolute destroying Rangers. Hat-trick for Amenga and a Hugo Larsson goal. Double assists for Lelicet yet again. Absolutely brilliant performance, and we're in another final. Second half, we just kind of Rangers came back in it a little bit. 8 shots, 5 on target. Still no real clear-cut chances in the game, but very comfortable. Won the game very well, and we're in another cup final. So overall, we've got to be delighted with that. And another fantastic Glasgow Derby victory by the team. So it looks like we're going to have Hibernian in the final. Amenga on form yet again. That's another 3 goals for Amenga. Scored 10 goals and 10 Champions League appearances as well, Amenga, this season. On fire. 50 goals and 49 appearances this season. And he scored 56 goals and 57 appearances in his first term with us. So absolutely relentless goal scoring from Amenga. And another 2 assists for Lelicet. Last year's Players Player of the Year. On this form, he could go again. He's been excellent. Al Hilal looking at him this season, but there's no way he's going to be going anywhere. He's a mainstay in the team. So, yep, that'll do us, I think, for this episode. We have reached another Scottish Cup final. More silverware on the cards, and it'll be against Hibs on the 24th of May. So we will dive through the rest of these league games on a historic 10 in a row we have now for the club. Absolute dominant in this Celtic save. So we've got to negotiate Hearts at home, 3 away games in a row to Ross County, Rangers and Hibs, then St Mirren at home in the last game of the league season, and then a cup final against Hibs. So we'll probably play the last 2 games. We'll come back and play the St Mirren home game, the last home game of the season, and then we'll play the Scottish Cup final. So, as always, thanks for joining in, and we'll see you very soon for the last home game of the season and the Scottish Cup final, an all-green Scottish Cup final against the Hibees.